What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Behind the Face Mask. Today is day 4 of Draft Week series, and today is that video I've been hinting about for the past couple days. I'm going to be doing kind of a strategy video on how I run my offense and ranking not every single play, but a lot of plays. I'm going to go through the top 5 in passing plays. I'm going to go through 3 honorable mentions for passing plays because there are so many more than running plays. Then I'm going to be doing the top 3 running plays that I like, and finally finish it off with top 3 2-point plays. And sometime in the future, I'll be doing a worst plays video. As you can see, I'm on the solo screen, and that's because I was doing all of my experimentation, so screenshots and screen recordings on this event right here, the secondary one, just because that's what I need, and it's easy competition, so I can get you guys the best videos for it. So without further ado, let's hop into the video. Starting with passing plays, the first play on our list is dig. This is considered a deep pass by the game, and it's so versatile, which is why I like it. As you can see, you have 2 deep streaks on the outside, a weird seam/wheel from your running back, a dig from your slot wide receiver, and a post from your tight end. A very versatile play all around. It's great for going deep and converting those 4th and 10s or things like that you're stuck in. And I'm just going to roll a couple screen recordings. So as you can see, I'm just going to drop back here and kind of show you guys all around. But on this play, I'm just going to hit the little dig. And on the next one, I'm going to hit the deep go on the right side. Alright, so play number 2 on our list is Diagonal 9. A very similar play to dig. As you can see, you have 2 deep goes on the outside. Your slot receiver and your tight end are running out routes, and then your running back is running a seam out of the backfield. This play is tricky because you might want to throw the out route as your secondary route if the 2 goes are covered, but I recommend against that. Usually the linebackers are good enough to pick it off, and sometimes the safety drops down, and especially when the safety drops down or goes to cover the outside go route, the seam out of your running back is always open for at least about 10 yards, and I'm going to show that in a second. First, once again, I'm just going to show throwing the deep one, and now we have throw it to the running back. As you can see, the safety gets sucked over, and the running back is wide open for a nice little play. Lastly, another deep bomb to the outside, and as you can see, you're going to get some nice yards. Our third play is levels, and this play is awesome because, once again, it is very versatile. Every single player on your team that is eligible to run a route is running a route. You have another deep go from your outside receiver, and then you have a in and at increasing depth from your outside wide receiver, your tight end, and your slot wide receiver. And then your running back is running a little escape route to the sideline, which he'll turn into a go if you don't throw it fast enough. And this play is awesome because it works on 2 points and it works on deep passes. As you can see here, I'm going to throw that flat, and it's just wide open for a ton of yards. On this play, I'm going to go deep, and on this final one, I'm going to hit the wide receiver underneath. As you can see, very versatile play, and on to the next one. Pass play number 4 is double in, and this play, once again, is super cool because you have all these different routes. You have a go on your outside receiver on the right, an escape route on the left out of your running back, 2 ins at increasing depths on the left side, and then an out on the right side with your tight end. This play is awesome because of how open everything gets. It's really just a play where you read it out. Your outside receiver on the right side typically gets open very often, and you can throw that ball there. And then if not, one of the ins is typically open. And if everything is bagged, which is very rare, that means that there's no more defenders to cover the running back out of the backfield, meaning you can throw it there. Let's get into some examples. On this play here, you can see I just had a little check down because everything else was covered. Now on the next one, as you can see, the in was open, as was most other things, and this one is just a bomb on 4th and 10 to pick up the first down and keep going. Finally, to round out the top 5, we're going to have another deep pass fade. This play is interesting, as you can see on the left side where the wide receivers cross and the outside ends up doing kind of a weird corner as you would see on the play corner strike in Madden, and then the inside receiver runs a fade. Everything else is just on the right side, a deep ball, and your running back runs a hitch up the middle. What's interesting, though, is what routes typically get open. The out route never gets open in my experience unless you throw that ball quickly. The one on the go on the right side is typically bagged and gets swatted a lot, but your tight end is always open for some reason, which I'll show you in a second. Also, the running back, if you lead the ball upfield, he's also open for some nice yards. And on the left side, that go is also open most of the time. Let's get into some examples. So on this one right here, we're just going to hit on the outside. That's the inside receiver running the out. Then on this side, we're hitting the tight end who is wide open. And on this last one, we're going to hit the wide receiver. Just make sure you run upfield, otherwise he'll come back down on his route. Now on to our honorable mentions. These are in no particular order, but starting off is deep cross. This play is cool because it's very simple. You're just going to wait for one of your two wide receivers to clear. That's going to be your outside guy on the left, your inside guy in the middle, or your tight end. Whoever one clears first, you can hit. And then the post and the escape out of your running back are also open. Sometimes the running back more often than the tight end. But very simple play, good for picking up 6-7 yards, and a clutch play if you don't have any timeouts to switch it up. Super simple play here, so only one example. As you can see, I waited for him to clear, then just made the pass. Honorable mention number 2 is jet sweep, and this play, as you can see, has a lot going on. You have a slant out of your outside wide receiver on the right, a corner out of your tight ends, a drag in your slot receiver, and a weird sort of sluggo, I guess you would call it, out of your outside wide receiver on the left. Your running back is really not going to do anything on this play. What I like to do is just roll out a little bit and hit either the slant or the drag, and sometimes, if it's open enough, hit the sluggo. On 2 points especially, the drag, the slant, and the corner are always open. For some reason, that tight end always creates some sort of a mesh, and he is always wide open. I'll show you some examples of that right now. As you can see here, the tight end kind of gets lost in the sauce, and he is wide open in the corner. On this one, we're just going to hit that sluggo deep, and on the final one, we're going to hit this drag eventually. I was just kind of showing you guys how wide open everything is on this play. It's an absolutely great play. Honorable mention number 3 is 5 wide slants. Another very simple play, but a play that has a lot going on, which you can kind of get lost in. I didn't like this play when I first started out, but once I learned it, I really liked it. So I hope that you guys have already figured that out, and if not, let me teach you really quickly. So as you can see, you have a lot going on. On the left side, you have a go. If your wide receiver is fast, that is always open. I don't know why, but it just is. The running back tends to get open a little bit, so does your slot wide receiver. And I haven't had the outside wide receiver on the right get open too much, but just like jet sweep on the 2-point conversion, your tight end seems to get open quite a bit as well. So I'm going to show you some examples because what I said was a lot. Starting off, as I said, if your outside wide receiver is fast, we're going to hit him, so that's what I did there. This time we're going to hit the tight end. And next, we're going to hit this underneath route to the running back. And finally, we're going to hit the post. This is a weird play that constantly gets open. And on to running plays. Our first of 3 running plays is Wildcat. And this is probably my favorite play in the game, only behind Dig. And this is because this play is so awesome, and it's usable at every single level. When I had just a base team, I would run this with Derrick Henry, 98 overall, and I would score all the time with this. This is an awesome play, and it's very simple. All you do is you read your blocks. Typically, that slot wide receiver on the right side, he's just going to get a block, and then your quarterback on the outside, as weird as it seems, is going to seal off that corner, and all you have to do is be faster than safety. And if you have an okay running back, you will be. So I'm going to show you a couple examples, but this play is so simple. As you can see, this play is super easy, and we're just going to keep blasting it at the teeth of the defense and score every time. Run play number 2 is another super simple one. This is dive, and it's just as it seems. We're going to dive right at the teeth of the defense, go right up the middle, and as long as you have an okay O-line and a fast running back, you're going to get at least 8 yards every single time, probably more. Another super easy play, just as most running plays are in this game. It's designed to get you a couple yards, and typically if you're on within the 3-yard line, you can score touchdowns. So let's show you a few examples. Right here, we're just going to go right up the middle and score a touchdown. Same thing right here, we're just not going to score. We're going to get down right at the 1 because we're trying to save time. Our third and final running play is toss. And this is a play which is really cool, but in a weird formation. You're in some sort of offset pistol where the running back is offset to the left, but is still a couple yards behind the quarterback. And this means that you can run the play really easily to the left or to the right. In my experience, it works better to the right because I don't have practice to the left. But if you're in a pinch and the right side gets shut down, the left is wide open for your taking. It's kind of simple. You just need to read your blocks between the tight end and the wide receiver. Sometimes it's easier to go outside. Sometimes it's easier to cut it up on the inside of those two blocks. And when you're going to the left, it's really just turn on the burners and get to the sideline. Getting into some examples, as you can see here, I cut it up in the middle and the corner came off his block. This time we're going to go to the outside on the left and score a touchdown easily. And do the same thing, just flip to the right. Super easy play that's also very effective. Now for our first of 3 2-point conversion plays, we have spread bubble. This play is pretty much the mirror image of wide receiver screen, but I prefer this one. So what happens is you're going to have 2 screen plays to the outside with your tight end and your slot wide receiver. They're just running quick routes to the sideline, and then your right side wide receiver is running a go, your left side wide receiver is running a post. And for the 2-point conversion aspect of this play, really all you have to do is hit your running back the second he crosses the goal line, and typically the safety bails and he is wide open. If he isn't open, the post is usually open, and sometimes if you need to run this play out in the middle of the field, say at the 40-yard line or something like that, that post is open as well. So let's show you guys some examples. On this play, we're on the 2-yard line, and we're just going to hit him right in the middle, as I said. This time, we're out deeper, and we're going to hit that post. Super easy. And this time, it's an actual 2-point conversion. We're going to hit the running back once again. 2-point play number 2 is slant to curl flat. This play is super easy. All we're doing is running slants out of all 3 of our wide receivers. Our tight end is running an angle from the middle of the field, and your running back is just doing one of those little flat plays that is ubiquitous in almost every single play. So what's going to happen is we're just going to look to read our inside receiver. If he's open on a slant, we'll hit him. Next, we're looking at the tight end, and finally, the running back. All 3 of these guys are usually open simultaneously. The running back should be your safety valve, and your tight end should be your first to second read, depending on which you look at first. They're usually all open. To start off, we're going to hit the flat out of the running back, and he's going to get in no issue. Second, we're going to hit that slant. And finally, we're just going to hit that weird out to the tight end. Super simple play once again. Our final play of the video is empty wheel route. Another play that can be used anywhere, but for the sake of the video, all 3 2-point plays are being specialized as 2-point plays. However, this play is another super simple one. It looks like a lot going on, but you really have 2.5 reads. Your first read is going to be the slant route out of your slot wide receiver, and your next read is going to be the in out of the tight end. One or the other is typically open, and the tight end is always open if he can beat the safety, because the corner likes to sink to that wheel route that the running back is running. That's why I like to say there are 2.5 reads on this play, because in the rare occasions that both the slant and the in get bagged, typically that's because the safety is covering that in routes, and that leaves the running back, as you can see, running off screen and then going up. He is sometimes open if you can fit it into the window, which is tough. This was actually shown on my video for day 2 in one of the 2-point conversions, in case any of you guys want to go check that out. But let's show some examples first. First play, we're just going to hit that in route that's so wide open. And secondly, we're going to hit that slant. Another play with only a couple reads, super simple, just like all the plays are featured in this video. That's why I love them.